Hi students, I am a geography teacher. Today we are going to discuss the irrigation method in India or all over the world. In previous video, we started about the new chapter, that is the water resources. In this video, we are going to extend this video with the topic that is called the irrigation method of India. Okay, so let's start. So somehow you can see in my behind some of the method I have given: sprinkle irrigation, drip irrigation, surge irrigation, flood irrigation. All type of irrigation method has been given over there. Okay, so one by one we have to discuss this thing and their merits and demerits that we have to also discuss in this video. Okay, let's start. First irrigation method, that is perhaps you know, that is the canal irrigation. Okay, canals can be, you can see, the effective source of the irrigation, because Government of India already taken the interlinking of the canal and interlinking of the rivers of India, all rivers. It may be the northern river and southern river, because Government of India realized that the most of the fresh water which can be used for the agriculture purpose, that is directly goes to the you can say the river. Okay, goes to the sea, goes to the ocean. Okay, so that can be happen in this case. So that's why interlinking. So this canal method can be used, is widely used, especially in the Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Punjab. And digging the canal in the rocky, uneven, and perhaps you know, and the areas and the uneven, difficult areas, and it may be the some unequal, but in the plain area it is very suitable. Okay, perhaps you know our largest canal, longest canal, that is the Indira Gandhi Canal, already set up. So this is the method of the irrigation canal method. Okay, in the next video, perhaps in the next topic, that is there are two types of the canal. First one is the inundation canals, which are taken out from the rivers without any resulting system like weirs, etc. at their head, and such canals provide the irrigation mainly in the rainy season when the river is in a flood or there is a excess water. Okay, and another type of that is the perennial canal. Perennial canal, the canal which are, you can see, the throughout the river, throughout the year there is a water availability there. Okay, and that can connect it with the dam, that is connected with the, you can see, the barrage, and throughout the year from the dam, from the barrage, water is supplied to this canal. That's why it is called the perennial canal. Okay, and agriculture. So some of the merits, if you want to discuss, the most of the canals provide the perennial irrigation and supply water as and within and when needed, and this saves the crops from the drought conditions and helps the increasing the farm productivity. So productivity all can be increased by this. Okay, then the demerits: many canals overflow during the rainy season and flood or the surroundings areas, and canal, you can say, the sometimes that become the soil, become the, you can say, the soluble, or you can say the salty. Okay, so that's the main thing. So these are the merits and demerits of the canals. Okay, next slide, tank irrigation. So perhaps you can see the tank irrigation problem of the tank irrigation, that the tank is developed by constructing a small mound of the earth or stones built across the stream, and water impounded by the fount is called the irrigation and other purpose. Tank comprises in the an important source of the irrigation in the Karnataka plateau, in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Kerala, Bundelkhand, all the UP and Rajasthan. So the tank irrigation is widely practiced over there. What are the merits? Most of the tank are natural and do not involve the heavy cost, and they are taking the very low cost and very cheap. And by using this tank, farmer get the some water. Okay, water to their lands. Okay, so this thing. What are the demerits? That many tanks dry up during the dry season and fail to provide the irrigation when it is required, and lifting, you can say, the off water from the tanks and carrying it to the fields in the strenuous and the costly exercise. Sometimes you can see the most of the tank that can be dry up during the dry season, so water availability may be some problem. Okay, then if you want to discuss the another type of the irrigation, that is known as the well irrigation. Well is easily dug over there, and after that these are collected, water is collected by using the pump set. Okay, so well irrigation mainly is practiced in the UP, Bihar, Tamil Nadu. Okay, then come to where the various type of the wells, shallow wells, deep well, and the tube wells, okay, artesian wells, etc. And from where you can see the wells water is not always available as level of water goes down and during the dry month. So that's the main problem. So these are the well types of the shallow well, deep well, tube well, and artesian well. And another thing, the deep well are the more suitable for the purpose of the irrigation because availability of the water throughout the year. So that's the main thing. At the place where the groundwater is available, so tube well easily construct there, and by using the boring, so that can be used widely used that by boring of that area, we can easily use this kind of thing. Okay, tube wells are the most usually in the UP, Haryana, Punjab, Bihar, and Gujarat. Okay, Mary's water, the well is simplest, is cheapest, and the independent source of the water means every farmer can construct the well and take out the water for the purpose of the irrigation or for watering his or her land. Okay, so this thing demerits only the limits. Only one limits can be can be limited area can be irrigated. Okay, so because of the shortage of water or because of the land water is very low, so that time even in the drought or the ground well falls, and enough water have to be not available on that area. So this can be happen. Next method that is considered as the drip irrigation. So drip irrigation, perhaps you see in my behind there are some method of the drip irrigation. In drip irrigation, water is applied near to the plant's root through the emitters or the drippers, and or below the soil surface at a low rate and varying from the 2 to 5 liters per hour, and soil moisture is kept in an optimum level of frequent irrigation. Okay, so this can be happen in the case of the drip irrigation, means every plants in this method, actually every plants get the water, or every plant's root get the water in the drip method, means tip. So this is the drip method. Okay, so this can be happen. Okay, so you can say the another the merits, the fertilizer and nutrients loss is minimized, and water also in this method, the water or leaching method, that also are minimized in this method. Field leveling is not a necessary. Recycled non-potable water can be used. Water application efficiency increased, and the water use of the water, that is decreased because we are using this method. By using this method, and another type of that is demerits, that can be say the cost can be more actually for constructing that for setting up this type of pipelines. Okay, this type of the pipelines and water connectivity, that will take the more investment. Okay, so these are the next to another method, that is a sprinkle method. Okay, in this method, water is spread into the air and allowed to fall on the ground surface, somewhat resembling the rainfall. The spray is developed by the flow of water under the pressure throughout the small orifices and the nozzles. The sprinkle irrigation system is a very suitable method for the irrigation on the uneven lands and on a shallow soil. So that can be happen. Okay, and nearly all the crops are suitable for the sprinkle irrigation system. That's why it is very for the paddy, for the jute, for the the vegetables, and most suitable that the following for the cultivation or the floriculture. Okay, orchard, plantation. So and coffee, tea. So this method is widely used in the commercial purpose. Mary's water, the suitable for the all type of soil except the heavy clay soil. Water saving increase the yield and save land as no bounds etc. are required. And demerits, higher initial cost. Okay, and under this the wind condition and high temperature distribution and application efficiency is poor. So these are the main things. So far we discussed some of the method of irrigation which are widely followed in India. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video.